Hello everybody and welcome to the latest episode of My Life with Asperger's. My name is Mike Demaro, and for today's topic I want to talk about how I choose the topics for my shows and all that good old fun, because I think people need to know how do I come up how I come up with the topics for the episodes that I do on here. And why do I choose them? Now, when I was talking about the topic of aloneness or isolation, you know how I came up with that topic? Well, I went to the Wretches and Jabberers viewing, and after the video was aired, one of the people were asking, have you ever felt isolated or alone? So basically I could not answer that question right away, or I could, but not in detail. So I decided, why don't I do a video or a topic about it so that I could discuss it and tell you how I feel. Excuse me. Now, the topic of jealousy, I thought of that one because of the jealousiness that was going on in my life at the time. Like, for example, I really liked this girl, and then boom, one of my friends decided to go out with her. So, and I decided, and then also jealousy because my parents have good life and good income, and my sister has a good life and income, and I don't. So that's how I chose the topic of jealousy. I choose my topics because, in a way, you need to know about the topics, and eventually I'm going to cover almost every single topic that I can think of. There's unlimited possibilities of topics to choose from. You know what I mean? And then I did a video about manners because I was told that I didn't have enough manners. So I did an episode about manners after a long talk with somebody. And then the topic of annoy, that was real interesting for me. You know how I chose that topic? Because I was annoyed with everything that was going on in my life at the time. And I was upset and annoyed that things were going on the way that they were going on. So, and then the topic of understanding people, part 2, I did that topic because there's a video that had a rude comment on there, and that was my very first video of a reply to a comment. I had to comment on it. I'm sorry, but I had to comment on it because if I didn't comment on it, then that person would have gone free saying whatever about me, and I don't want that to happen. Now, I saw another comment about that on another one of my videos. Good enough, it was deleted. Somebody deleted it for me, and I was thankful that they did, because I don't need to see it. Well, I did see it, but I don't need to have the public see that comment, And then the topic of stereotyping that I did that topic because of the Trayvon Martin case that was going on at the time, and also I did that topic because of the stereotyping that's been going on in this society. It had to be covered. I had to do it. And then the topic of, let me see what else. I did patience. Thought of that one because you have to have patience in life. And if he didn't have patience, then everybody would be in a rush for everything, and nothing would get done. Now, the topic of, let's see here, like Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's, Super Bowl, Mother's Day, Halloween, Thanksgiving. Those topics are holidays. So, I basically did those topics because it was the right time of year to do them. You have Halloween coming up, or Thanksgiving coming up, and Christmas, and New Year's, Mother's Day, I did all those topics. I didn't do Easter, I know that much. Alright. Now, the topic of noise, sound, music. Now, I chose to do that topic because of the fact that people at my work were not listening to me at the time, and they didn't care, or I didn't feel comfortable working in the environment that I was, so I did I did an episode about that because I wanted to tell you how I felt working under those environments of loud noises and loud music playing in the background. Now, oddly enough, that's how I chose to do stress as well, because I know the two topics are unrelated to each other, but at the same time, during that time, I felt, hey, those topics were great for the show, so that's why I did those two topics at the same time, or pretty much around the same time. Like, one of the videos dealt with the noise, sound, and music, and then the next one dealt with stress. Now, the topic of employment, like employment / schedules and employment / loss of job. I did that because I felt that there were so many people out of work, and basically if you do a bad performance at a job, you're going to lose it. So I was fearing that someday I'm going to lose a job. I didn't like that feeling, so I shared that with all of you, because shared that topic with you all, because and then it was like I did lose a job, but I did rebound back. So, and then the topic about schedules, that can be a hard one to do. I did that topic because I wanted to show people, or tell people about how you are scheduled in life. It's not just work that you're scheduled for. I know I talked about that, but it's not just work that you're scheduled for. You're scheduled at home, scheduled for a doctor's appointment, scheduled for a dentist appointment, eye doctor, you name it. Now, you're wondering also, in the early part of the videos, they were shorter. But as the videos got more and more, they kept being longer and longer. Why? Because YouTube initially said you can only have 10 minutes to do a video. Up to 10 minutes. But they extended that so that now they can be longer than 15 minutes. So that was the thing. Now, Now, I chose the topics in the beginning because they needed to be covered right away. Acceptance needed to be covered right away. Bullying needs to be talked about right away. Change, family, friends, roommates, relationships, Relationships was actually a video that I shared. Even though I did the relationship video back on October 17th, I shared it right around Valentine's Day, and viewings of that video went up on Valentine's Day because of that video, because of me sharing it, But, yeah. And then I do videos about Autism Speaks as well, because that's the organization that I do walks with. So, if you see like West Palm Beach Walk 2012, Tampa Walk 2012, You know, those are with Autism Speaks. I work at those walks. I volunteer my time to work at those walks, and I'm going to do more across the state of Florida. I'm already planning on doing Jacksonville at the end of September, Fort Myers, Southwest Florida, towards the second weekend in October, Volusia County and Daytona Beach in the first weekend in November, and then I'm on the committee for the Orlando one, which is on the second weekend in November as well. So, I'm all set on walks. I'm glad I'm working with an organization called Autism Speaks. There are other organizations out there that do walks and fundraising for autism awareness and autism studies and all that. But I try to stay focused with Autism Speaks because that's the one that I'm most associated with. If you know what I mean. So basically that's all I need to talk to you about on this video. I did a good job covering all why I chose the topics when I did and how I spoke about the topics when I did too. And I'm sorry for having the cold, but hey, I wanted to do this video anyway, so I'll talk to you all later. Bye for now.